Hi guys, my name is Kelly and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. This is my first long form video. So what I'm going to do today is share my absolute favorite makeup. I'm going to get ready from start to finish. Obviously I have a bare face. I do have mascara on, but that's it. So what I'm going to do is build a palette with you. I use Seint makeup. It's an all-in-one compact makeup system. All of your makeup is in here except for your mascara, which as you can see, I already have on. So I'm actually gonna build the palette with you, walk you through what I put on each layer. And then from there, I will apply my makeup and kind of explain the thinking behind three-dimensional foundation, which is what Seint makeup. So let's go ahead and get started. I know we all have busy lives and no time to waste. So again, this is my makeup palette here. It comes in all different sizes. This is the size 12 because it can fit 6 tins on the top and 6 tins on the bottom. I like this one. It's a great starter size, but we do have smaller if you want to start smaller, and there is larger if you want to have room to grow. So all of your makeup comes in these magnetic tins, just like this, and they come like this, they pop out of the tin, and then you just pop it into your palette. I always like to start with this one first. This is my contour. So as you can see, your contour is darker in color. It absorbs light. And so what we do is we place it on those areas where we already have natural shadows, such as below our cheekbone, below our hairline, and along our jawline. So this is cream foundation. It's super lightweight. It's not your mama's cream foundation. It's super lightweight. What we're going to do is place colors in specific spots on our face and then blend them later. So I'm going to use minimal brushes today, just a few here to get started. Let me see, what brush do I want to start with? I think, where is my detail? Oh, here, right in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to start with the detail brush. As you can see, it is nice, flat here on the top. It's medium coverage. This is a great brush to use for contour because it kind of lays perfectly in those areas where you're going to apply it. So I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to dab into my contour. I'm never going to swipe because this cream makeup is really highly pigmented and it doesn't take a lot at all. So I'm literally just going to dab into it. I kind of use the corner of my brush there. And then I'm just going to stipple it onto my lower cheek, right below my cheekbone here. So stippling is just like pressing it over and over again, just like that. And I'm going to go back and blend it when all is said and done. So let's do that again. So I'm dabbing into it, just one little dab. I don't need any more than that. And then I'm just pressing it right below my cheekbone. Now I stopped right here at the end of my eye. I don't want to go any farther forward than that. So end of my eye, take it back and up. The other place I'm going to put my contour is below my hairline here. And I have a big forehead, so I'm going to do 2 lines of contour. If your forehead isn't as big as mine, you don't need to do that. So I stippled it on first, and then I just lightly blended it upward, just like that. Okay, so dab into your contour, and let's do right along our jawline here. Again, everywhere that you already have natural shadows, and what contour does, it accentuates and defines those areas, because as we age, by the way, I'm 50, so I feel you with the aging thing, but as we age, we lose definition, our features kind of start to fall south a little bit, so this helps to define and accentuate those areas. Okay, so I've done my forehead, I've done below my cheekbone, and I've done my jawline. If you have a nose that you would like to contour, let me show you where you would apply your contour. So keep in mind, if you're going to contour your nose, you're going to do 2 lines, one on each side. And you're going to want to do closer together because the farther your lines are apart, the wider your nose is going to look. So you would just do a thin line on either side towards the top, just like that. And then if you want like a natural pout, you can put a little bit of contour right below your lower lip, right there. So that is where contour goes. I like to start with contour because it kind of gives me a roadmap and I know exactly where to place everything else. So instead of one layer upon layer upon layer. This is actually one lightweight layer of colors placed in specific spots on your face, which is what I love about it, because I still want a natural look, right? This is the most natural look using the least amount of product because you're doing one layer of multiple colors, right? Okay, so the next color I'm going to use is called Sandy for me. Mine is Sandy. This is my main highlight, my main foundation, the color that most closely matches my skin tone. So, whoop, as I drop it on the floor. Stand by. Okay. So much for that. All right, you have to have something go wrong, right, on your first YouTube video. So this is my main foundation. This is the color that most closely matches my skin tone, so it just pops in there. If you get it in there right, it'll stay, but obviously I did not get it in there all the way, and that's why it popped out. Okay, so I'm going to use the 3D brush next. The 3D brush is medium coverage. So that's the brush for me. If I wanted a lighter coverage, I would use a different brush. If I wanted full coverage, I would use yet another brush. But since I want medium coverage, I'm going to use the 3D brush, and all of our brushes are dual-ended like this, so they're multi-use. And I'll show you how I'm going to use both ends here. So I'm going to take this brush, and again, I'm dabbing. I'm never swiping. We want minimal product here, and this is highly pigmented. So dab into your main foundation. And then again, you can press it and then go back and lightly blend. So dab. Let's do along our jawline here because I've created my roadmap since I did my contour first. Dab. You can press first and then lightly blend. Dab. I'm going to do around my mouth here as well. Basically, I'm going to leave the center of my face open. And I'll tell you why in a second. And I'm going to do up here below my, or right around my orbital bone. All right, so I have applied my main foundation pretty much everywhere that I did not have contour. And now I'm ready for my third color. So again, three-dimensional foundation, several colors working together to create your foundation overall. So the next color for me is called Candlelit. This is my brightening highlight or my brightener. And I'm going to pop that one in next. There we go. I'm going to use that same 3D brush, and I'm going to use the other end now, the smaller tapered end. And I'm going to, again, dab into my brightener here, and I'm going to apply this to the inner corner. So I really want some brightness there. So you can see this doesn't look lighter in the tin, but on my face, it's definitely lighter. And since it's lighter, it reflects light, which is what's going to give me that glow. So again, as we age, we lose that glow, the luminosity that our skin used to have. So we can easily put it back with multiple colors here. So again, I'm going to go back and make sure everything's nice and blended at the end. So I dabbed into my brightener here. And these are all colors that I can help you figure out. That's like it's my job is to help you customize your palette so you get the colors that work best for your skin tone and type. So all you have to do is, I'll put my color match form in the comments here. So if you want me to help you customize a palette, just click that link and I would be happy to help you. I've helped over 600 women, all different ages and skin types. All right, so I'm gonna just bring this down here because I want brightness here in the middle of my face. Same color here, I'm using my brightener. And then I am going to apply it right down the middle of my face. So from the top all the way down. Okay, flip the brush and just make sure that's nice and blended. So as you wear your makeup, your cream makeup, your skin will warm it up and it will meld into the skin and just blend beautifully and wear like second skin. So when you first apply it, you may think, oh gosh, that seems like more than I need. But if you'll just give it a minute, your skin will warm it up, it'll meld into your skin, and it'll just wear beautifully. So just be a little bit patient with it. So I've done my brightening highlight here. I'm going to put a little bit more right along the orbital bone here. for some brightness. I want to use very minimal product under the eye though, because it's super thin skin. And the more product I use, the more likely I am to have texture. So I'm just literally getting the tiniest amount, putting it right here along the orbital bone. Okay. All right, so I've done my main, my contour, my main foundation, and my brightener. Those three work together. They all provide coverage. They're all part of my three-dimensional foundation. Now I'm ready to do the fun stuff. I'm going to use a pink today, and this is the color Hollywood. It's one of my favorites. You can either use a brush to apply your cheek color, which is also a cream, by the way, or you can use your fingers. Either one will work. In fact, why don't I do one on one side and one on the other? So on this side, I will use my fingers. I'm just gonna get a little bit more here. Dab into it. And when it comes to blush and cream blush, you wanna make sure you leave 2 fingers distance between your nose and the start of your cheek color. So I kind of want to line it up with the end of my eye here and take it back and up. So keep that in mind, back and up. If you want a fuller cheek, you can put more on the apple of your cheek. If you want a slimmer cheek, you would just take it a little bit farther back. And then you can just make sure that your blush and your contour are nicely blended together. So we have cream cheek colors, and then we also have gloss cheek colors. And with that said, I'm gonna show you a little trick here. So this is a gloss cheek color. It's called La Cienega. So I'm gonna mix it with my Hollywood to give me a little bit of a dewy look here. So mix the two together. That's what another thing I like about cream is you can mix things to create your own custom color. And again, keep in mind this is cream makeup. It's gonna meld into the skin. So after a few minutes, this is really gonna calm down. You'll see. All right, let's go back. On the right, on this side, I'm gonna apply it with a brush. So you can see there's really no difference. It's what works best for you. So back and up. Farther back if you want a slimmer face, leaving 2 fingers distance. And then let's just make sure the contour is nice and blended with our cheek color here. Okay. And then if you want, we can add a little bit of a gloss color to that as well for a little bit of dewiness. So this is the blush and bronzer brush that I'm using here. All right, you see that I have 2 spaces remaining. Let me show you what's gonna go here. Next, bronzer. So I think everyone over the age of really 40, 45 needs to be wearing a bronzer, just because, as I mentioned before, you lose luminosity in your skin. Bronzer really warms up the skin. It gives you some nice dimension. And this bronzer is sheer, it's lightweight, it's not orangey at all. It just is a gorgeous color. I'm just gonna use my finger to apply, so I just think that's easier. And your bronzer is going to go where the sun would normally hit, which is your forehead, the very top of your cheekbones, just like that, down your nose, and on your chin. All right, so let's blend all of that in. We can use that same 3D brush that we've been using for our foundation. And again, I'm just kind of pressing and then going back and blending. So I'm pressing first because that really presses the makeup into the skin. So press. It'll just help with staying power too. All right. So I've applied that bronzer. Didn't that just warm up my skin beautifully? I love it so much. Okay, let's finish. You can see here that I have one more spot. This is where I'm gonna put my illuminator. So illuminator is the last thing that you apply for a dewy finish. We're going to put it on the high points of our face, and it's just going to give us a little bit of subtle dewiness. So let me show you. I'm going to use my finger, and I'm just going to apply it right there to the high points of my face, and I'll show you in a second. So see that little bit of dewiness right there? Just a tiny touch of dewiness to sort of finish everything off. So I did down my nose, my chin. You can do your Cupid's bow. You can even do like the inner corner of your eye. Isn't that pretty? I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so I've used all the colors. That, in a nutshell, is your three-dimensional foundation. I took my time today explaining everything, but you could see how quick it would be because you're literally just applying things in certain spots on your face and then blending, and that's it. So out the door super quickly in as little as 4 to 5 minutes. I took my time today. Hopefully I explained everything well enough. So you see I've used 6 colors here for a full face of makeup. There are a few other little things I could do just for some fun here. Actually, let me do bronzer first. What I like to do with my bronzer, your bronzer I think is magical. Not only can you wear it where the sun would normally hit, I actually love to wear it as eyeshadow. So I just use this detail brush. That's what I use for my contour. And I'm just gonna like lightly apply it here on the crease and just above, just like a sweep of it right across. I just think it's the most beautiful natural eyeshadow. I just think it's so pretty. And then what I like to do is go into my eyeshadows. I like to keep my eyeshadows on the bottom here. Just grab a soft pink, use my finger and apply that to the lid. Just like that. And then you can grab an eyeshadow brush and just sort of blend that together. It won't take a lot of blending. Eyeshadow brush, blend. And I just think that's the softest, most natural look with minimal effort. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so you can also use your bronzer or your contour to line your lips, and then use any of our gloss colors or any lip and cheek color on your lips as well. Again, this is La Cienega. We still need to do our brows, by the way. So I'll show you what I use this light pink for here in a second, but let's do our brows. So you're going to need something to help those brows stay in place. So this is brow wax. Brow wax is a wax, obviously. In order to use it, it has to be activated with either water or setting spray. So I'm going to use my setting spray. I'm just going to spray it in there like that. And then grab my line brush here, which is for my brows. It has a spoolie on one end. And I'm going to get some brow wax on there. And then I'm going to brush my brows down first so that I get a lot, product on all of the little hairs, and then go back and brush them up. So pomade or brow wax is like a pomade for your brows, and they'll just stand at attention. It's wonderful. Okay, let's do the other side here. And again, I mentioned you can use your contour color to fill in your brows. When I color match you or when I help you figure out your colors for your custom palette, I will make sure that your contour color matches your brows. So we got our brows all brushed out and ready to go. And then we can go back and use our contour color. This same brush, again, all the brushes are dual-ended. We'll use this other end to fill in our brows. So you just want to go and fill in the areas that are a little bit sparse. So I just love that everything is in one compact. It makes it super simple. All right, we're ready to finish up here. We have used all of our colors. So this is the only thing I haven't, well, this, we'll talk about that next time, but this one is Petal. This is a lip and cheek as well, so you can wear it on your cheeks, you can wear it on your lips. Here's how I like to use it. So I like to take a brush that's really soft, doesn't have a lot of density, and I like to dab into Petal here, and then I apply it like right next to my nose, and it just really softens up my features here. Kind of gives me a youthful glow, a soft, youthful glow. Isn't that pretty? All right, I love that. Okay, let's set our makeup. So if you like a dewy finish, you're gonna use setting spray. If you like a more matte finish, you can use Vanilla Dust setting powder. In fact, I like to actually take a little bit of setting powder and put it, oh, and by the way, look how much calmer my cheek color is after a few minutes. So my face really warmed it up and settled it down. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of powder. This is super finely milled, so you don't have to worry about it being too heavy or anything like that. Go back to that blush and bronzer brush that you were using and take your setting spray, spray it on there, and then bounce it all over your face, and then you will have set your makeup. There we go. Isn't that awesome? I am all set for today. Hopefully this was a good explanation for you, how to use just a few colors to get a full face of makeup to feel fresh-faced, youthful, glowing again, and to give your face some more dimension, which unfortunately we lose as we age. So if you're interested in a customizable, refillable magnetic palette here, they come in all colors and prints as well. Just don't hesitate to reach out. I will put the color match link in my bio as well. And I'm here to help y'all be your makeup gal for life. So I'm going to come back next week with a different video for you guys. Hopefully this was helpful and you enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you next time.